Welcome once again to an all new, brand new episode and a brand new series. But before we get into this topic, this will be a two-part mini series. And it will be broken down into two parts. Part one will begin here in just a few minutes, but it's July the 27th of 2019. Time will be unknown for this episode for a reason. But before we get into tonight's topic, I'm going to go back and dedicate this episode into the memory of Jerry Lee Lotz, who was born July the 7th of 1939 and died at the age of 80 years old in July the 15th of 2019. And he just celebrated his birthday a week before his passing. And before I get into this new episode, I want to explain something about Jerry Lee Lotz. He worked for NAPLA for 25 years. And in doing so, he did something for NAPLA that changed the future for him for 25 years. But sad to say, he got sick down the road and he had to call himself a lawyer to get his disability started because of his health, I guess, problems. Down the road, after that, Jerry Lee Lotz bought a property that's very famous to this very day at 1737 Frankfort Avenue here on Louisville, Kentucky in 40206 area. He bought a property that used to be a grocery chain for many years. At 1978 he bought this property, and in doing so it became more than just his home, but it also became his ambition, and he also down the road collected ornery and unusual antiques and rare items and cars. And also on one time, he still owns it, a rare caboose that is still in the yard. Plus down the road, he had bought other things in the past from early, probably 1800s all the way up to what we are now, of 2019, if he had collected before he stopped. Sad to say, after that, Jerry I have been talked to, and also I met him. He also had dated my aunt in the past for about a few years back. Her name was Aunt Mary, but my grandma used to call her Mariana. So they were dating for a short time till the time they broke up due to her ordeal complications in the relationship due to her drinking habit that separate them. But then down the road, Jerry continue on after my aunt passed away to collecting and honoring and unusual items. But then he done for many years. And in this episode, I dedicate this episode to him at this very time. And our hearts also go out in prayers, should go out to the family out there, the Lotz family. And I dedicate this in the memory of Jerry Lotz. So before now, let's get into tonight's episode. And this is what the Real Creepy Doll Man is all about. I'm bringing you a brand new episode. Today's episode is called The Origins of the Real Creepy Doll Man Theories. Now, in this ordeal, I can bring you several different theories, but I'm bringing one particular tonight for this one episode, for this beginning of the episode. Tonight, we will talk about demonic spirits. And in my theory, I'll have a theory at the very end of the second half of part 2. So watch for the conclusion, how many theories I will give onto that. I will say, let's go back to the very beginning of the Bible. It's stated, and I quote, that Jesus and his disciples had cast out demons, which are demonic spirits out of human beings who are sick or dying or even worse, in the worst state of whatever, being possessed by these monsters. What are demons? Well, they're fallen angels, of course, but in spirit form, they can attack the human body in many forms, many ways. But I have other theories as well, so keep watching for that. And now tonight, there's other theories that why do they attach to objects and items? Is it to get close to the young little children, adults, or even elders? It is possible for that reason. And most of the time they will quarrel and come into your home. There will be theories about how this is happening, because I have theories about that too, several theories. And in time, that watch for that to come. And I'll state one theory, that the biggest theory of them all, mystery. Is it possible that a demonic spirit can multiply or multitude, meaning could it copy, clone itself in some fashion to get, to duplicate itself if it feels threatened and in danger of being maybe captured or put in a holy vessel? Watch for that to know, because the real creepy doll man said it is possible in theory. So wait to see my conclusions, what my theories are at the end. Well, let's go back to the biggest of them all. We're going back to the one that bring them up, the granddaddy of them all, or the grandmother of them all, Annabelle. In 1970, a mother purchased an antique Raggedy Ann doll at a hobby store for her daughter Donna for her birthday. Donna now, she was a graduate college student here, wherever she was located at, and in doing so, she wanted to become a grad school to be a nurse. And in doing so, she was trying to get her nursing degree. In doing so, she had two roommates, Angie and also Lou, in an apartment that she had shared for many years. Little did they know down the road, their journey to hell was just beginning when they received this doll within their apartment, known as Annabelle. But down the road, that there are tales that the doll had moved off and on from the Warners, a case, because the Warners that took this case, they're world famous, Ed and Lorraine Warner. But I'm going to state something at the very end, and you got to keep watching for this to come, because you'll be shocked to hear what I have to say about it. Now, in doing so, that Donna said many times that they would find the doll mainly either moved or in the other room. And also, it was recorded down the road that there was parchment paper that said "help me" on it in crown. Where the parchment paper came from, nobody knew. But that remains a mystery, that this demonic spirit was very strong, known as Annabelle. And in doing so, it contact Donna in a way to realize that she made the biggest mistake and error of them all. She contacted a media to come in to find out the truth. Was there a spirit attached to the doll? And this media person who told them said that there was a 7-year-old little girl trapped within the doll named Annabelle Higgins. And doing so, she allowed the lady to be tricked, meaning the media to be tricked into believing such a lie, that she fed it to Donna, Angie, and Lou in order to understand that allowing Donna to be tricked, to allowing this demonic spirit to attach to this vessel, it was going to be doing more than good down the road. But now, I don't want to get into too many details, but the story keeps going down the road after the Warners has brought it to the Cult Museum, which is Connecticut, Monroe. It sits in the Warners Museum today, in the Cult Museum, locked and in a holy vessel, which is in a display case. Now, in my theory, that could there be actually more than one Annabelle in the world? Well, it is possible if a demonic spirit claims to be whatever it wants to be, or I have a theory at the end, like I said, watch for that theory to come and come back to see what I had to say after that. But now let's show you what I meant when I state this. I have 4 perfect specimens here of vessels of what dolls that demonic spirit can possess. Now this little one over here is actually a vinyl one, and it's a plush one. Over here is the famous one that the real Annabelle is. It is actually a rag doll, which is a Raggedy Ann like this one, but much larger. It sits in the case. This one's actually the real creepy doll man's. Next, the plastic one, and then the porcelain one. Now, if a demonic spirit wanted to claim its ordeal, check out part 2 coming up next, and I'll tell you more about this in my theories. Come back. Part 2 begins next.